Today we are talking about bad luck and cancer. I've been invited to the Department of Biology and Physics at the University of Milan to talk about this. It may look bizarre to use the expression bad luck and cancer, but in fact it was used by two famous researchers who published two papers in Science in 2015 and this year, where they used the expression bad luck. So they said that cancer is essentially due to bad luck, based on the following reasoning. They said, we know that in different tissues there is a different rate of replication of the stem cells, and there is a strong correlation between the replication rate of stem cells and the incidence of cancer in the same organs. Now, the papers have been controversial, and there are many reasons to believe that cancer is essentially not due to bad luck. Well, they said since certain organs have a high replication rate in stem cells, there is an increased probability of mutations, of spontaneous mutations due to errors in DNA replication in those organs. The opinion of most scientists, I would say, the vast majority of them, is that we know much about the causes of cancer, particularly external causes that are preventable. We usually say that we could prevent between 40 and 50% of cancers today based on the knowledge we have of risk factors, including smoking, dietary habits, obesity, environmental causes, air pollution. So it is a widespread opinion that it is irresponsible to use the expression bad luck, because it goes against all the efforts that people are making in public health to promote the prevention of cancer. Then, having said that bad luck is not the main component, and we can do a lot of prevention based on the knowledge of risk factors. Still, cancer is a complex disease, and here we are at the center for complexity and complex systems. So we know that cancer is multifactorial, and it arises because of the interaction and synergy between different causes, and even the pathways that lead from external exposures to cancer are complex. And in fact, this is, in a way, a new branch of epidemiological research, which doesn't look only at the single external exposures like smoking or air pollution, but it looks at the internal changes through biomarkers and through the techniques that we call omics. That is, we look at the entire set of proteins, for example, and this is called the proteomics, or the entire set of messenger RNAs in a certain organ or in blood, and this is called the transcriptomics, to connect external exposures to the origin of cancer, to the onset of cancer, through these intermediate steps and markers. So definitely cancer and non-communicable diseases in general are quite complex. There is not a single cause. But once again, bad luck is not the main explanation. The use of the expression bad luck has been really unfortunate, and the fact that Science published those two papers is a little surprising, and it is probably related to the name of one of the two authors, Fogelstein, who is a very famous cancer researcher. And also it is based on the fact that scientific journals want to make the headlines in the newspapers. So there is also a kind of commercial, if you like, component. But in any case, coming back to what I was saying before, cancer is a complex disease, which means that it is the effect of a process, of a long process. Probably there are several mutations involved in a sequence. And by the way, Fogelstein himself has really shown that there are possibly 6 mutations or epigenetic events involved in colon carcinogenesis. Instead, the idea of bad luck, which is a non-scientific concept, it shouldn't be used by scientists, implies that there is a sudden change from 0 to 1. If you are unlucky, you get cancer suddenly, you don't know why. But this is against our knowledge of cancer as a complex process, as the effect of a long sequence of events. And you can act on this sequence. I mean, you can prevent the transitions from one step to another through primary prevention with screening and so on. Early treatment. So the fact that cancer has a sequence of stages is also a premise for primary prevention, good therapies, early detection, and so on. The transition from 0 to 1 implies that you cannot do anything. You just wait for cancer to come.